Welcome back to BJP Lifestyle, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the issues that I've had with my 2016 Silverado 1500. Now, right now we're sitting at about 52,717 miles on this baby. When I got it, I think it had about 43, 44, somewhere between 43 and 45, so I guess you could say 44. It was somewhere around that area when I got it. Now, most of the issues that I've had are kind of like one-off things, I'd assume. I don't know, I couldn't really find too much online about them. So the first real issue that I had was, there was only one major issue that I've had in over a year of owning it. So obviously it's 2020 now. I've had it since the middle-ish of 2019. I think I made a video back then about my truck and stuff like that. But anyways, I think I've had one major issue which cost me, I think it was $1,100. So basically, I was driving around and it started to get this weird thing where I would go and I would be on the gas and I'd push it to the floor even at points, and it just would not, like, it would just be as if like it was just flopping, like it wasn't doing anything. They still had the pressure and everything of like a gas pedal, but it wasn't going. It would just like stop and kind of like sputter a little bit, and then eventually it got to a point where it fully just did, like it snapped, like it didn't go anymore. Check engine light came on, truck died completely. So I had to pull over to the side of the road, was about to go over a bridge, like a huge bridge. So it was really convenient timing for it to fail. So I pulled over right at the bottom of the bridge where there's like nowhere to pull over. Police officer had to come up and push me over the entire bridge, which was kind of cool. It's a little bit weird. And this is probably like midnight, something like that, midnight, 1 o'clock. So great time for that to fail. But yeah, I really appreciated that that happened. So basically what happened is I waited like 6 hours for a tow. It was awful. The tow company was just not coming. It wasn't real, I don't know, it was weird. Big mistake. Got AAA, they came, picked up the truck, brought it to my house, and then I was still able to drive it, and it wasn't like too weird. I was able to drive it to the dealership, so I didn't have to get it towed there. Drove it to the dealership the next day. They took a look at it and they said that it could be either the fuel pump or the fuel pump module, or that they couldn't get it to do anything and that it was fine. And I was like, I'm gonna be honest, it's not fine. So they said, okay, we're gonna take it and we'll replace that fuel pump like sensor module or whatever it was, because that's gonna be under your warranty. I said, all right, let's do it. Go ahead and do it, whatever, since it's free and I don't have to pay for anything. They said it's all set, we can't get it to do it anymore. It's not doing anything. It seems fine. So I drive it all the way home, get home, and on the way home it's doing it again. So I'm like, okay. Called the guy back up like an hour later at the dealership, and he's like, oh, my bad, bro. So tells me to bring it back, so I brought it back that night. Next day, finally get it done, and he's like, all right, we're gonna have to replace the fuel pump. It's like $1,100. I was like, great, thanks, great job. So he replaced that, and since then it hasn't been weird. I do feel like there's a weird feeling in my truck, which could be something with like the leveling kit and the tires and stuff like that. My truck just does not feel right, I guess. It almost feels like there's something with the transmission or something shifting that just doesn't feel right to me. And it could just be me being paranoid after that, like braking and like leaving me stranded like that. But it just doesn't feel like it's, what's the word? It just feels like it's not shifting right. I can't tell if it's between second and third or first and second, but there's like this weird, like kind of like jolty clunkiness sometimes. It's super random when it happens, but that kind of drives me nuts. And the only other real issue that I've had is with my battery, which I guess isn't even Chevy's fault or anything. And I think it's the battery anyway, so it's really weird. So I have the range V8 disabler, which I'm not gonna unplug it right now because the truck's running for air, but yeah, so I have the range V8 disabler. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you go click that one down in the description. There'll be a link to show you the previous video of the range disabler, going over that. So I had that plugged in and I let it die and then drained my battery, and it was just, yeah, it was a whole mess. Anyway, so it kind of has got to a point now where sometimes it just like, it won't start, but it'll just click. I'll put my jumper box on, it'll still do it. It won't click, it'll just click and won't start. Sometimes it will start like after clicking for a bit. It's super weird. So I'm not sure if it's the battery or if it's something with like the starter or what, because when I connect my jumper box to the battery, it's still giving me a good reading for the battery level. So I'm not sure if it's just something with the starter or what, but luckily I'm probably going to be getting rid of my truck. So if you guys are wondering why I'm going to be getting rid of my truck, or why possibly I'm getting rid of my truck and what I'm going to be getting and stuff like that, make sure you click the subscribe button down below, or click to the link to the video, because I probably have it up on the channel by now. But yeah, so those are the only real main issues I've had. Obviously, I get awful gas mileage. What else can you expect? Right now, I got about 15. That's because I was driving a long distance. If I'm ever driving a short distance, it's awful, usually like 11, 12. I do have a leveling kit, 2.5-inch leveling kit in the front, and some pretty beefy tires all around. So obviously, I'm not expecting that. Plus, with the AC on during the summer, not getting the best gas mileage, but that's not really an issue. I kind of went into it knowing that. That's kind of, you don't really complain about that. It is what it is. Overall, everything else has worked well, has been fine for me. But I'll kind of go over why I'm getting rid of it and the things that are kind of leading me to getting rid of it in another video. But yeah, for this one, that's pretty much it. Like I said, there's only been 2 main issues with this one. Feels good. It is what it is. It's a truck. Like I said, I've done stuff to it that makes it less sturdy and less stable, I guess, in a way. So can't really explain that or complain about that. Overall, the truck is good. If you're looking to get one, I definitely recommend a 2016. You get that newer body style from the 2014, 2015, but yeah, slightly upgraded to the 2016. And overall, I think it's a really good truck, and definitely has suited me well for what I use it for. But yeah, so if you like this video, make sure you click that like button down below. Of course, comment any questions that you have. And of course, subscribe to stay up to date with future content. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.